Hello guys, so this is the 5th tutorial. Actually this is my second record, so sorry if I'm going to be a little more faster than the usual, but I recorded in too big resolution and the video was too laggy. So just don't worry. As first thing I want to say that in the previous tutorial I re-uploaded the project file because it was corrupted, the client. I don't know why it didn't open, so don't worry, now we're good to go. We left everything testing the first packet sending, sending some little information. Now today we're going to add a little more data to our basic string and adding some other useful information. So we can start adding some other variables such as public ID and string. This is going to be just as identificative string that we're going to send to the server, and this string will be created from you, from me, by the user under the built-in function that we're going to create in the next tutorials under the server side. So we can now, for testing sake, we can just set it to a casual name. I'm going to call it 0x00test. And now we can add a new variable that is called public VV, that will be the version of our client. This is going to be 001, for example, and I usually insert the beta version, so we can call it 001B, stands for beta. That's good. And for last, we can add a variable called public int as string equals empty. That is actually not empty, it's just length 0. So now we can add a last variable, our last variable for this tutorial, that will be public ping as integer. So now we are going to send as other data the identificative string, the version, the installation date, and the ping of this client to our server. So now that we have this stuff, we are going to add a new timer into our form1 function. As you see, I already had it. If you don't, you don't have this one, just go to the instruments tab and select timer, add it. You can call it whatever you want by call it PNG, enable it, and set the interval to 2000. That is going to be 2 seconds because it runs in milliseconds. So now we can add the strings to send to our client here. So for first, I want to send the ID. So I say ID, send the ID. Then, oh sorry, wrong key. Perfect. Now add the packet splitter. And now we can add another variable that is going to be GOS. That stands for Get Operative System. Now you can add a new module to the client. Add module. I'm going to call it module 1. And here we are going to add our first function that will be the same we just declared here, so the GOS. So let's declare it public function GOS as string. And it is going to return the operative system name, so mycomputer.info.os full name, and that's good. So we're going to retrieve the operative system name and we're going to send to the server. You know how it works. Add the packet splitter always. Now we can finally have the environment username, the environment machine name, just follow this kind of format. In the previous project you got this united under a variable called PC, if I'm not wrong. Just delete that variable because we don't need the variable to store this data. We're just going to send directly under the send function. And now we can add the packet splitter and the ping.toString. So before proceeding, we can double click on the PNG generating the timer tick function. And here we are going to type in, we're going to increment the ping, so me.ping equals me.ping plus 1. So we're going to get the latency of the connection while we are sending the string. And actually we can start the timer using another function that we are going to declare maybe up here, private sub pp. Try, I'm going to use a bunch of try and catch so we can handle all the exceptions if we have something. So we can start the timer here, and we will send c.send pp separator and just a line. This is just going to be a ping method that we're going to use when we are connected to the client, the server. This because we will be sure that the client is still connected, and we will receive each 2 seconds, more or less, or when we send the string, we will receive a confirmation that the client is still connected, and we are going to update the latency. If this don't work, just write line, next.message. Alright, so I think this is pretty much for the ping. We can also enable the ping once we are connected, so just png start, and let's declare another case of string. So we are going to stop the timer when we receive the confirmation from the server, so we have a correct latency. We can also set the PNG to 1, but this is all up to you. It just makes the connection more faster, setting a higher value to the interval timer. But if we want to be perfect synchronized, we can say each second, so we can parse it for each second we send a string. So we left here to the ping. Now we can add ms, meter per second. Add the packet splitter now, and we can say int, that is our installation date, packet splitter, the version of our implant that now is 001B. You can just modify that when you implement your client. And for last, we add always the packet splitter, and we can say get active window. This is a function that we are going to develop. In a couple of minutes, and this is going to return the active window from the client, so we know what the victim is doing, what is his active window. So let's parse before the installation date. So now we need a setting. So if you go to project property, you can browse to the setting tab and create a new setting called IND. It's going to be string. We will use it, so user. and set the value to just a dot. Did you save it? Yeah. So now we have a dot, so he's going to send a dot, but we don't want to have dots. So in the load function, we can create another function that is going to call it, I don't know, see that. Yes, good. In the module one, you're going to create this function that is going to be public. So public see that. Actually, we need to declare as sub. So let's just call it sub. Sometimes I forgot that we are in a module, so all methods, unless you call it private, are available. But why you should? I don't even know you can declare private sub in a module. No, yes, you can, but we don't need that. Maybe you need to declare private sub, private function, just to access from the inside functions of the module. So now we can say, if the settings is a dot, so we never launch the client, we can say int equals dot. We can set it to the current date time, so my computer dot clock dot local time dot to string, fuck you, string asset, and I'm going to insert the datetime format that is going to be day, month, year. If you want, if you're from another country, just set month here and day here. This is all up to you. We're going to save the settings so we don't lose anything, and we're going to set the for1 int variable to my settings dot int. That's good. So now we have everything in our installation dates variable set, and now we just need the last, that is the get active window. This function, I'm going to copy it from my hold rats, but you can find it in any kind of subreddit or website on internet, just how to get active window on Visual Basic. But don't you worry, I'm going to explain so you can understand how this works. So for first, we need to import interrupt services. Let's write here, import system.runtime.interrupt services. This import, we're going to allow us to use the DLL's function. So now we can declare them. I'm going to just copy and paste because it's a bunch of lines. So here we are going to importing the user32 DLL that we are going to allow us to get the foreground window that the user is seeing. So we can know what is the first window he's using. Import the system.text because we don't have the string builder library. It imported, yes. And now we can declare our function to get the active window. So function gov as a string. You could declare this function the module one, but it's easier declaring here. So if we need to declare some other get active window, we are free to use the module in that moment. So sorry if I'm cutting off some parts, but my microphone just has been unplugged for some reason. So we are here now. We just need to finish the get active window function. This is pretty easy. So you just need to declare the title. So str title as string equals string.empty. Now we can declare the handle. And we set that to get foreground window. we get the length of the text. Get window text length using the handle +1, so we're sure that we are not going to have some overload exceptions. Now we declare a string builder as new string builder, declaring the length of the window text. And now we just we have to be sure that there is an active window, so get window text handle comma string builder comma int length measure than 0, so we are sure that there is an active window and we can get the text, so we don't send an empty string. And we just set the title to the string builder save text. Perfect. And now we just return the title, str title, and we are good. Just save it, remember always to save, and this is all. We are sending the entire string, including the active window. So we have a bunch of information that we are going to parse in the next tutorial. So for now, thanks guys for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.